So if you've been following my stories on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, it's Christina G White. So head on over there if you want to follow me on Instagram, because that's where I post my stories. So like the sort of behind the scenes things that are going on in my life. If I don't have time to edit into a full video, I just film little bits and put it on my Instagram stories. But today, this was my job for the day, my task for the day, and David and our gardener helped load up the trailer with compost from our huge leaf mould piles and our mixed compost piles and things like that, and that's all in here now. And then I've just been down the garden centre and got some topsoil and some John Inners just to put in the top, so that if it rains it's going to flood down and just create a nice amount of nutrients and things right at the very top. So I'm going to go and open these bags up now and then move all the earth around on top, and then tomorrow this will be ready to plant for my vegetables. So this is going to be the salad side, so the cool weather salad. So lettuces, spinach, things that bulk quite easily are all going to go on this side, because they don't get the direct heat from the sun. They get the brightness from the light and they get evening sunshine, but they don't get midday sunshine on this side. And then over here behind me there's a thing that I built last year, but I'm going to take that out because it's actually annoying. It took me so long to build. I painted it, I primed it and everything, and then over winter it's actually just cracked and all the paint's flaked off. So I'm just going to replace them with the sleepers. I wanted it to be pretty and sage and green and all that stuff, but it just didn't work. So I'm going to just put in more sleepers, and they're getting picked up tomorrow. So another bed over here for all the tomatoes and the beans and peas, which are really ready to go. So it's going to be another big job of putting earth in these huge beds, but it's going to be fun. And eventually I'll have 6 of them for growing things. Probably going to be next year now, because we're so late in the year, with the weather being so, naff as it has been, that I'll probably only need these 2 beds, and that will be sufficient perhaps. If I run out of space, then I'll get some more, but I don't suppose I will, because these are quite huge. They're 2.4 meters square, so they're just 8 huge sleepers stacked on top of each other, screwed together, and then infilled with dirt essentially. So lots of growing to do. I'm looking forward to it though, because my greenhouse is full, and I want to start some more seeds, but all my seedlings are just taking up room at the moment where they need to start getting in the ground. So I need to build some little frames as well to protect them from the bugs and the beetles and such. So yeah, that's the next port of call, is protect all my seedlings from the bunny rabbits, the deers and the bugs, because that in and of itself is a task. So yeah, that's my job for tomorrow, is building a frame, getting some netting and protecting all my hard work essentially. So the compost is on, and now I'm just putting the topsoil on. And the reason I'm putting topsoil on the top, which is I've learned this recently, topsoil goes on the top because it holds water better, so it doesn't dry out like compost does. So if you notice, if you put compost on the top of things, if you top dress with compost, it dries out really quick. But apparently it doesn't do that with topsoil. I'm absolutely knackered. So I've just emptied 10 bags into here, and I'm just going to rake it out, and then if it rains tonight, that'll all bed down nicely, and then I can sort out the framing tomorrow for the net, and then hopefully plant it up, because I'm really looking forward to that part. So today I've just been told by my brother that he has got 8 more sleepers on his van. We're going to take this jumper off, it's so warm, to drop off maybe tonight, but at some point this week anyway, if not tonight, for this area just here. So this is the bed that I made last year, and I did everything that I could to make it last with the painting. I primed it, sanded it, everything, and the paint just flaked off because we had quite a bit of cold winter. I'm knackered. Yeah, so it hasn't lasted very well. The paint's flaking off, and I've just decided to go with the sleeper situation over here. It's a lot quicker, it's a lot easier, it's actually a lot more sturdy, and it's going to last a lot longer, and it looks more natural, I think, in the area as well. Dang! He's over here. We're just having some deliveries, so I've pinned him with a fork around his lead into the ground so he can't escape, but I've put him in his bed, so that's cute. Yeah, so today I'm going to be smashing this part. I've already unscrewed it all from all the little posts that are there, and yeah, I'm just going to get my mattock out And I'm just going to take my mattock and beat it up basically and take it apart, and then all the earth that's in it I'm going to move it this way and then top it up a little bit more with some of the compost we have here, and then nip back out to the garden centre and get some more soil. I also want to get some more rhododendrons for the border just at the side, which I will show you now. I will show you the border that I've been building. It's so beautiful. The one that's behind the camera at the minute isn't blooming yet because it's more of a summer flower border, but the spring ones are there. There's also some strong Annabelle hydrangeas that haven't flowered yet but that are blooming with the leaves at the moment, so I look forward to them coming out perhaps. So without further ado, let's get into smashing this whole little thing apart. I'm just going to tilt the tripod this way somewhat so you might be able to see a bit more of what I'm getting up to today. There we go. How's that? I think that's good. Tilt it up a little bit just in case it chops my head off. There we go. Right. Glasses on for safety precautions. So this is where we're at. So I have to move all of this section here plus a little bit of that over there to match that, so be in line with that one, because this side gets the sun. So this would be my tomatoes, beans, peas, celery, things that take a long time to come up are going to go on this side. Things that don't take a long time to come up, like lettuces, spinach, chard, there's some other things over there as well, are all going to go over there. Pak choy, things like that. So things that go to seed quite quickly and easily go over there. Things that don't go to seed, such as tomatoes, or things you want to go to seed, so the things you want fruit from, go this side. So we are now done. All of that earth is now all of this way in line with this. So I'm really pleased about that. So just waiting now for my brother to come and drop off the large sleepers. So now my next job is to go to the garden centre and find, well not find, but buy some 2x2 to make a frame to put some netting over to protect all my little babies that are going to be going in here, all my lettuces and everything, from the bugs, because I don't really want to use bug killer. I'd rather just do it sort of organically, to be honest with you. So that is the next job of the day. So I've been to Wix and I've got my 2x3 and then some 2x2 to build a little top frame for that. So I'm going to have a think about the best way to tackle it. Maybe should have got some 2x4, but I didn't know how big this was. In hindsight, I may have gotten 2x4, so that could have just been like sit straight on top without a ledge. But it is what it is. We'll just go from here. So the top, this is the top of the frame. Now I've just got to cut, sorry it's gone blurry, these about 2 inches off the edge so they fit across that away, and then I'm going to run a bug net across it so it doesn't sink and gives the veggies a little bit more height to grow before I take off the net. So the lettuces and things that are low growing will actually just stay under the net completely, but other things I'm going to put in the ground will have a little bit of room to grow, so that's good. Really excited, it's looking great. So here's my first little plank, nicely sawn there actually. So let's see, just gonna lift it one arm and my left, hang on, change my hands over because I'm right-handed, so that was a bit of a struggle. Right, come here. Let's see if this goes in there, and this slots perfectly nicely in here, and it does, so excellent. I'm actually going to raise that up though, and then I'll screw that at the top just so it gives it flush with the top and not the bottom, because this is 2x2 and this is 2x3. So excellent day. Just got 3 more of those to do. I've actually got 5 2x2s. I'm just going to do it like this, I think. 1, 2, 3. Could actually have it a little bit skinnier, but I'm going to measure it out and just put them evenly, because that will also create some nice rows for me to put things in, keep it nice and tidy. Yes, I like that sort of thing, bit of OCD. That'll also, lifting that up will also give me room for my watering system, which is over here. It's my Gardenia watering system. So I'm going to get my little brother to lend me, because he's a joiner, one of his big drill pieces, or just get him to do it actually, to go through the edge here so I can put the pipework straight in, so it doesn't have to go over the edge and cause me issues that way. So it can just come straight through sort of here or this side, so then I can attach a hose on the outside to this section, because this is so cool. I've got all this in my kitchen garden, and I bought this for the section we had last year, that part, I don't know, that thing. Anyway, this. So I want to get an extra bit of tubing here, a bit longer here, have that go through the wood, reconnect this, and then have this in there. Watering things. So it's awesome. I've got loads of this, so plenty left over to use. Plenty. Okay, so that's now done. Just got to find the right kind of net now to cover this with. I'm imagining it's like the really fine green one that you cover your peas with to stop the birds getting at all your peas. So I'll have a look at that and hopefully it works. But even if it doesn't work, this is a nice grid that will last for ages, like many years, because this is treated wood, so it's not going to rot in the rain. So yeah. I think I did a good job there. Quite happy with it. So just imagine 5 more of these, 3 in a row here, 3 in a row here, and then I'll just like landscape this bit through the middle, and then at the back have a nice pergola with some clematis and wisteria growing up it. I really can't wait. I think it's going to look wonderful. So I'm a happy bunny because my little brother's just rung me to say he's on his way over and it'll be about half an hour to come and drop off the sleepers that are going to go around this little mound here. So I'm a happy bunny. It's coming along nicely. Stay in my hair, look. Doesn't reach the ponytail. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Haven't got to get lots and lots and lots of compost to fill that next lot because there is quite a chunk already there. So that makes my job a little bit easier. Yeah, it looks really good. It's taking my hair. I can't believe my hair's like this. It's ridiculous what it's going. So it looks really good, and then we're gonna have the other one like this over here. Just got to work out the bug situation, and then plant more stuff tomorrow. Hopefully we've got a week of good weather because I don't want it to rain because I'm getting right into doing this at the minute. So need to crack on, get things in so I can start actually harvesting some stuff, which would be nice because we don't get all the sun over here. It's amazing, we've got 20 acres here, but a lot of it is sort of meadow and trees and woodland and things like that. So we don't actually have a lot of grassland where it would be suitable to plant something like this. We do have lawns, but David's not letting me put any of this stuff up on the lawn because it's messy to look at. So I'm here tucked away behind one of the hedgerows sort of things at the moment. So who knows, over time, if I can pull my act together and not make so much mess when I'm doing things, he might in a few years let me have a giant new greenhouse up on the top lawn. But at the moment he's still looking to put one over by the house, like a proper one, but we've just got to find it. So that's the struggle, is finding a reclaimed Victorian greenhouse. So that's my next task. So if any of you guys come across one, feel free to message me on Instagram and let me know that you've found a greenhouse that's for sale. Like a proper iron Victorian wrought iron one would be absolutely essentially wonderful. But other than that, we like all the parts for one, and then we'll build a frame out of wood, that sort of thing. So we'll go from there. So I have just ordered from Amazon 3 meters by 6 meters because I need 2 lots of bug net mesh. So that was like £16, $15.99 on next day delivery to the post office. So that's excellent. So I'll have to wait for that tomorrow and then build that one basically tomorrow, and then the day after I'll have bug net. Yay! I'm like a kid at Christmas because my little bro has just said that he's going to put this together for me now. So he's just dropped them off, and he's got a chalk line in his van. He said if I got my brackets already, which I do have, and then he said okay, well he'll just put it together for me. Saved me a job, because honestly that took a long time to do it the other day, and he'll get it so square. It's professional.
Bit, I think that actually needs a new bit.
Yeah, I do.
Keep the bit, we can't keep that.
No, it's fine. I've got loads of bits to be fair. What's the matter?
You can keep that. This one goes on the outside of it, yeah?
Yep.
And we'll go
Out the way.
that face. Yeah, so that face. Look, you have to help me shunting it back now.
Yeah. It's really easy. You just like give it a little kick, doof, 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 and it moves.
Bane's getting tired now. I'm a professional, just because I mess around, don't I?
Be professional for my YouTube.
I'm an artisan carpenter and joiner.
You are indeed. Artisan, don't you know?
I won't put me on YouTube with this girl.
No. Hey, don't take the mickey out of my DIY drill. It's my Bosch. I love it. He's borrowing my tools. He just came over to drop these off without his tools. To be fair, that amount of soil that's already there is pretty decent for the size, so it's going to look really good. Can't wait. I'm really excited. What's that, babe?
Not square.
Not square.
Not cut square.
Yeah.
No. Bit too much.
Little packers. Need the packers. Glass packers. Yeah. Don't worry too much though, babe.
These aren't square. This one's high, which means it needs to come up, but the timber's saying it needs to go down. That's down where it is. Don't worry, no I don't, I just don't do that, I do.
Yeah, I know.
I do. Let's bang on.
Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Finesse.
Yeah.
Finesse work. Oh, Tank. Look at this little monkey. He's locked in, so he doesn't go walkies.
Huh?
I'm just filming Tank sitting behind you. So cute. Just trapped. Getting there. I've had to actually move the soil across because I realised to have another one there needed more space to get the Kubota between that tree and what will be the other bed. So I'll have another one here essentially coming across. So we need a good chunk of space to get the Kubotas past, to get through there to cut the grass. And there is a giant compost heap that you can't tell, but that there is all branches and things that are dead, so eventually that will compost down. But yeah, so just really needed space to cut the grass and go through the middle here as well. So all's well that ends well. It's all lined up nice and square. My bra's expert. I feel very lucky to have him actually. Very lucky indeed.
Huh?
Talking about you, not to you.
Oh, on video.
Didn't even have to dig it somehow. Amazing. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Absolutely blinding. I'm just stuck with obelisk.
Well,
That's where the obelisk is going.
What cunt they brothers for?
Exactly right. Well, saved me a job tomorrow, so now I'm just going to fill it up and plant it. Well, actually, I've got to wait for the bug stuff, the bug net. There we go. So we're out for the day to our neighbour's house. They've got their gardens open. It's a little charity thing. There's the greenhouse. I love it, it's so beautiful here. And the view is sensational. I'm a bit low down actually, you can't really see it from here, but there's a little hedgerow in the way, but you can see some of it. I love the ornamental trees. It's so beautiful. these, I think, are some gladiators or globe masters. I'm not sure. So beautiful. I really like this one. This is cute. It's all soft and fluffy. I must say, I do love the set of stairs in a garden. It's just nice. Bit of architecture. That lovely arbour walkway. It's so pretty. So, this is the type of greenhouse we would end up getting, except not as big as this, because our spot next to the wall isn't big enough, really. So I'm continuing to try and pressure David to give me a better, bigger one up on the lawn. But I very much doubt he's going to do that. But they don't really use their one. It smells nice in there. I can smell flowers. And I'm not sure what I'm smelling, but I recognise it. I think it's wisteria I can smell. I think this was jasmine. Yeah. Little collection of white alliums. A little tea room. There's David over by the little fish pond. These roses, which this is how late this is. We are here every year, we come for this. These roses are normally out already, but because we haven't had the sun, they're not. And they smell so good up there. There's like one up on the wall. That's it, but yeah, they're not out yet. It's the view over the North Downs. I really like this. So down there is a beautiful lake, geese on it, fish, and a lovely temple. There's a rose wall. It's not in bloom yet because we're late in the season because it hasn't been that sunny. So this is normally covered in roses that are all in bloom when we come for the garden week. Oh, it smells lovely. It smells so fresh. Got David Austin roses. Oh, it's so pretty. This old fountain covered in the ivy. So this is their working kitchen garden. Got lots of strawberries just here. Over the back, just there, some courgettes. And you've got all the rhubarbs. All the roses up the wall. This side of the house is really beautiful. All the raspberry canes.
Yeah, look at the workings here, babe, of the windows. Needs a bit of oil.
Oh yeah. Look at that. It's for the heat. Got some phlox there. Some violets. And then through here is a tomato garden. Lots of tomatoes growing. All the marigolds, keep the bugs away. Black Russian. I think I'm growing Black Russian. No, black cherry I've got. Costuluto. Corazon. Pink brandywine. And marmont. Oh! I tried to grow them from seed and mine didn't come out in the seed germinator. So I might buy some more because they were like the big ones and I only got something like 6 seeds. And I chucked them all in the germinator and none of them germinated. So I'll be gutted. More tomatoes. Is that a pepper plant? I don't know what that is. Vine of something. Little stable house. I think that's a stable house. I can't remember what they're called. This bit here, because there's 2 of them. There as well. Because the gatehouse, there's actually the gatehouse for coming into the land itself. There's young David checking out the view. Spitfire. the house.
That's pretty, isn't it?
Gorgeous. I have no idea what that is. Oh, this, do you know what? This might be what we've got. Is this a peony tree?
It's a bit like a thing.
I think it's a peony tree. I think this is what Rick was saying to me the other day that we've got. And showed me it, but from far away. Oh, that's pretty.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. That's going to grow all things on it. Roses, actually, because they've already planted them. Very nice. There's a beautiful clematis. And then we're just heading off. I've got myself a cupcake from the little tea room. And then I'm going to go out through the arbour. Catch Dave down at the lake. He's gone ahead because we have to need to get back for his run. And I'm off to the cinema this evening with my sister. So he wants to get out and back from his run before I go to look after Tank. Because they are best friends. I want something like this in our garden. It's so pretty. Comes all the way down here to this little statue of a lady, I think. Oh, bells. Closing time. There we go. Beautiful statue of a lady. And then around here are some steps. Old gate up to the house. Very beautiful. I'm just going to go out this way. Back to the car with my cupcake cake. It's a beautiful pink. I think it's like a Japanese cherry blossom, maybe. Japanese cherry tree. Yeah, there's more fields and everything. We're nearly done here, actually. Yeah. Oh, I really like my Auntie Jane today because she always wears her glasses on her head. She's beautiful. If you're watching this, I love you. Love you lots. Yeah?
The other day, and the sun was out.
Yeah.
Well, about a week ago. See all the brown?
Yeah.
The whole field looked like this. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then when I looked across and stood there for a minute, and then the sun came, it all went green.
Oh wow, like you picked it
Yeah.
up with the light.
And you can see it now.
Yeah, you can see
But
all
but a week ago, it looked like this.
tiny little,
Yeah, yeah.
little sprouts.
Didn't-
Look, they're in rows
That's
as well.
how far they've come in a week.
Yeah, so this
Right.
yeah, they've actually been planted. Look, they're all
And
in
I'm
rows.
actually standing here, and it all looked like this.
Tiny.
Right?
Yeah.
All looked like that. I'm just standing here. The sun's going over there, going down behind the clouds. And then all of a sudden, I looked to the left. I thought, it's green. I looked away, I looked back. I thought, yeah, blimey. You'd swear blind.
Tiny little babies, look.
Yeah, yeah.
All in rows.
You'd swear blind. It was like this.
It's amazing.
Brown.
And we are the last to leave, and that's a beautiful drive. Look at that. How gorgeous. It's another lovely, gorgeous day here at home in paradise. My second bed is nearly full. Just doing it with the wheelbarrow, and then David and our gardener's going to come over in a minute and just give me 2 trailer fulls because I'm getting really tired now. And then I need to go to the garden centre and get some actual like topsoil and some compost, some multi-purpose with John Innes in it to put on the very top. So that is quite full. That bit at the back has the least in it. It's actually fuller than that. This side is nearly up to where it needs to be because this is the side I've been loading it from. So I've done quite well. I'm not absolutely knackered, but I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting too knackered. Tanky's following me everywhere. I don't want him to follow me up to the compost. He's just come and joined me now. If he follows me around the back, there's stinging nettles, and I don't want him to sting his feet because he can't cope when he does that. So I think what I'm going to have to do is get hold of Dave and Rick, and then hopefully by the end of the day I'll have my beans and my peas, and I think that's mostly it. Yeah, beans and peas. Oh, and tomato. So that whole thing there is going to be the sunshine vegetables. So things that, like cucumber is going to go in there. Things that grow tall are going in that bed, because that's the bed that's going to have all the things in it, so it's got the sun. Yeah, it's really cute. My little veggies are growing, so I planted these up last week. It's now Monday. Again, so I didn't do anything over the weekend except water everything that's going on over here, but it's all growing nicely. The radishes look a bit taller than they were. Hopefully they're not just growing leggy, but the lettuces are all fine. They're not being nibbled so far, and I haven't put the net on. I do have the net, that's why that is there. But yeah, they all seem a bit fine. These lower leaves struggling a little bit. The ground's moist enough to not need watering. Doesn't get a lot of sun here, but it doesn't need it, because these are more shade-loving veggies, and the sun's about to come over from the trees, because it goes around like that. I do wish we could trim some of this back, actually. I might speak to Dave and see if we can trim that, actually, because that would make a big difference. I think that's about a good hour's worth of trimmings we can have there of sunshine. So I'm just driving to the garden centre to get the compost, because David and our gardener are just about to give me 2 more trailerfuls of earth in the new veggie beds, and then I'm going to go get loads of topsoil, like loads of bags, because we've got this big car and I'm going to fill the boot up basically, just so I definitely have enough to put the beans in, because I just want to get it done. I've been waiting ages feels like that anyway, for the weather to get nice and then to actually get something started. So built and whatnot and filled. So yes, I'm just off down to the garden centre. My battery's on low power mode, so I'm just filming on my phone today, so I can't film too much, but I'll film a little bit maybe. Well, my boys have done a wonderful job, so they've filled this up to the brim, exciting, with the compost from the compost pile, and then I've gone and bought 12 bags of topsoil to put on the top. Veggies. I'm going to show you actually our compost pile, because it's really good. So just up here behind the pampas grass, which we're not even sure when you're supposed to cut that back. It was looking really good last year, but I think that's at the end of summer. I think that gets underway, I believe. Not really sure. But here's my compost pile that I dig from. Yep. So this is my one. This is the closest one to my veggie patch. This is the one that I've been digging out of today. And then David and our gardener, I think, although I'm not sure if they came from this way, to be honest with you, because, oh no, I think they did, because it goes through there. Getting a little bit of a garden tour here, bit of impromptu. We don't really do anything with this bit around here. This is just sort of out of the way, out of mind. A lot of bluebells here that are just dying back. But this is around here was a lovely, nearly all gone compost pile. So this was all compost. So I think this is what they've taken from today, perhaps. This over here, maybe. I'm not dead sure. Doesn't look like it's been that disturbed today, actually, because that all looks a bit dry, like it's... Yeah, but look how good this is, look. Compost. But years old compost, so it's all like... Now it's just like dirt. Soil, really good soil. Fantastic. that's now looking perfect. I'm going to put all the veggies in. I'm out of memory on my phone, so I have to go through now because it's just stopped filming while I was finishing raking all that stuff. So I'm not going to be able to film much at all, but I'll finish this bit now, put all the veggies in, and then I'll show you what I've done at the end. So these are the things that I have grown from seed, except the broccoli here. And I've got celery and celeriac here, because I did try and propagate them in the seed germinator. It didn't work. I didn't water them enough. I brought it out here and then I forgot all about it, so out of sight, out of mind, unfortunately. Then I've got some little pepper plants, and then I've got this little black cherry tomato, which looks to be struggling a bit. It's got like, the leaves are a bit funky looking. I've got that as well. But my little tumbling Tom is doing well. I'm growing these for David, little Californian poppies, California rose poppies. So I've got two, looks like just two at the moment, little babies. My sweet peas, I'll do something with those. And then here I've got French beans. These are all grown from seed. These were in the germinator that I used in the house when I had it in the kitchen, so I could see it every day and I remembered to do it correctly. Then I've got snap peas, mange 2, and peas. My pak choy went to seed. I didn't have where it was to go quick enough, essentially, so that it's just too warm in here for them. Then I've got beetroot that I'm growing from seed. They haven't, not many have come out, to be honest with you. I've just got 2 of the golden ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh that's 4, 5, 6 of the red ones. Oh, actually, these are golden as well. I did them in 2 rows like this. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the golden ones. Oh, that's good. And I've got 3 of the regular ones. So at least I've got some of the different ones. And then I've got cosmos here. My carrots looking fantastic. And these are in those tall, like the long propagators. And then I've got the second batch of sweet peas. And then the lemon trees, peach tree. That is growing. I checked on it, it's growing. And then I got this in these little packs, the broccoli. Not doing too bad actually at the minute. And then I got some celery and celeriac from these little pots as well. Oh gosh, they've been there for too long because they've actually, they've weeded into the ground. So I'm gonna have to sort that out tomorrow. Try and, that one's okay. The celeriac. But this lot is rooting down the celery. It's actually not fully attached as well. There's like, this is just gravel. There's nothing for it to grab onto, essentially. So it's just a case of wriggling it and freeing it. So there we go. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get these in tomorrow. These are going in the sunny spot at the front. So yeah, all that's got to go out tomorrow. So these, these, not the beetroot, it's not really out. I'm gonna put the broccoli out and all the tomatoes. So all the peas, the beans, the tomatoes, and the broccoli and the celery stuff. All tomorrow. I stand corrected. It looks like there's another little one here. So there's 3 so far, but they've only been in there a week, I think. So they're doing really well. I like these pots. Like, these are the ones I buy, these things, because you can see how the root is doing when they're growing. So when they're ready to go out, sort of thing. So this is our peony tree. I said to David yesterday about that other tree might have been a peony tree. I have to check the footage really, but I don't think ours are open as much as that one. There's some more back there. Quite a few buds over there as well in the distance. Yeah. And then this thing, don't even know what this is. It's beautiful though. Oh look, there's another. This is the root of the peony tree. It's huge. It's really big. Another branch there. Yeah, look at that. I don't know what that is at all. I have no idea what this is. This is all the gardeners, the previous gardeners put all this in. I just don't know what it is. I could take photos maybe and that will tell me actually. So I've had a lovely productive day. These are some vegetable cloches, some growing hoopy things. Like, I've got the rust ones because I just think they look really good and they mesh well. They just blend in so you can't really see them. And then I've got soaker hose for the new bed. And then these little bits for the kids and tank. So I've got a double water slide racer because up by the pool we've got like a hill. So it's really cool. And a watermelon cooling mat for Tank, and then this little pop-up tent for Tank as well, because he's getting old and he can't cope with the heat like we used to be able to. I'm the same. I feel like I can't cope with the heat either these days. And then in the boot, I got some more of these small frames for the peas. Got one in the greenhouse. Everything's growing on at the minute, and then these are actually going to go in the new bed. I've got some more spring onions, and then I've got some more some seeds, because my patch away has gone to seed, so I need to try and grow some more. And then I've got some mung beans, which are basically bean sprouts essentially. Yeah, and that's it. And then I got some grass seed, and I've got this cute little working belt for me, so when I'm working in the garden I can have my phone in my pocket and listen to my podcasts. So it's really cute. Look at the little bunny rabbit. Oh, so cute. Oh, and I also got some of these little mini canes, just in case I run out of things to grow everything up. So it's some little backups, essentially. Quick update. More of the little poppies are coming through. So cute. Sweet peas. There's all my beans and things. So I've got to hurry up and get them in the ground tomorrow. So I'm just grabbing the scissors so I can pop over and undo the little metal cloches. They're done together with cable ties. So I'm going to undo the cable ties. Is anything happening in here yet? Doesn't look like it. These are my pumpkins. Or they will be, hopefully. Yes, I'm looking forward to getting all this, hopefully most of this, in the ground tomorrow. So I've just quickly laid these out. So tomorrow I'm thinking the celeriac and the celery is going to go under here to begin with. I'm going to put some bean netting, which I've got here. I think, is it jute or something? Natural jute, yeah. So when obviously the beans are finished, I can just take this off and chuck this on the compost. So I'm going to put that over these hoops. And then here, I think the pretty ones are going to be for my sweet peas. Yeah, I've got one more of those in. It's currently in the greenhouse with the things growing on it, so I have to be really careful when I'm taking them off tomorrow and bringing them out here to put in. And I took out the wooden obelisk because I don't want that in there anymore. I'll just put that in the kitchen garden or something. And then in here I'm just having the metal ones for now. And then once I find, or I'm going to have to order these, I'm going to have to go online and order the ones I actually do want, because these will just be temporary for now, because I want the ones that look like that, but they have a little rod that goes through the middle and holds them together, and then the beans grow up those, or the peas grow up those. So that's what I'm going to order online, some bits. So yeah, and then in the middle I'm going to plant lots of onions and things, because they keep the bugs away in all the gaps and whatnot, and broccoli in that area there. Oh, and I've put this plank across for leaning on, so I can hold onto it and lean. I haven't screwed it on, haven't attached it at all. I've just put it on for now. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today, because the sun has just gone behind those trees and the gnats are due any minute now.